long ago, narrow positions of religious chauvinism, which we believe to even be unreligious. The Bible advises us to let our light so shine before men that they see our good deeds and praise our Father in heaven. In other words, we should influence people by example. By living, by doing, we shall do more work than simply pushing forward chauvinism, narrow chauvinism. We are glad the religious authorities in Uganda and maybe groups from other countries could learn from these people. These religious leaders here and the ones who are not here, I don't know whether they followed our example or they were inspired by God separately, but they also started the Inter-Religious Council. In Uganda now, we don't have those conflicts. You don't have conflicts on behalf of God. But in the past, we had conflicts here by confused people who were saying they were acting on behalf of God to kill other people. We had conflict between Protestants and Catholics, between Christians and Muslims. Now, those are not there. We, the ordinary people, opposed them, and either separately or later, the religious people also formed the Inter-Religious Council. So there is a governance structure for all the religious groups in Uganda. So when we hear that people are fighting on behalf of God, in Syria, in those places, people are dying, and that they are dying because of God, we think that is the work of the devil. On this occasion, when the Archbishop of Canterbury is here, the other day, His Grace the Archbishop of Canterbury visited us with Mama Janet in Entebbe, and I was trying to check my doctrinal position because he's the top of the church. So I said, now that you are here, can I check a few points? Because I have been doing some work also on behalf of God. I was very active until 1965 when I disagreed with the Scripture Union and withdrew a bit. So when I saw His Grace, I said, now I checked a few points, but I don't want to divert you. And he told me what he thought. But on this occasion, when you are all gathered here, I'm very happy to see somebody from Brazil. Como está? Está bom. Very good. So, since you are all here, on this occasion, when the Archbishop of Canterbury is here, as somebody, me, who had the privilege to belong to the old religion, because me have belonged to two religions, the old religion of Africa, and also to join together with my parents in 1947, the new religion. I want to inform you my small witness, my small testimony, as somebody who belonged to the two groups, the traditional and this one here. The Africans, I want you to know believed in one God, Ruhanga Nyamuhanga, Katonda Wobutonzi. So we believed in one God, long before the Christians came. But we also believed in ancestral spirits, emizimu, emisambwa. The traditional religion was not very clear on the issue of resurrection, in spite of believing in the mizimu or the misambwa. It is the Christian religion that brought two new value addition elements to the spirituality of the Africans of this area. Here I'm speaking authoritatively because I am from here, from the two groups. One element was the clarification of the issue of resurrection as Jesus did. This was now clarified, because before it was not very clear. But with the Christian religion, it was clear that resurrection is a certainty. This is definitely value addition to our spirituality. I'm not in the theological groups, but as an amateur, as just Nyekundire, I thought I should mention that so that our friends from outside also know this. The second element is the issue of unconditional forgiveness and elements of even loving our enemies. This was totally new. This was totally new. In our traditional religion, we believed in vengeance. When somebody does something wrong, we are to avenge. Yes, you could be forgiven, but you had to buy the forgiveness. You had to kukaraba, we call it in our language, kukaraba. You, the aggressor, you had to approach we, the victims, and we settle the blood settlement. In Luo, it is called matoput. But Christian religion taught us forgive unconditionally. Because remember, God also forgave us. But also, not only that, but also love our enemies. Because if we only love our friends, how are we different from the heathens who do the same? So I thought, as somebody who has been around the two groups, I thought I should say this. I thank you, wish you good luck. At the end of the service, Right Honorable Kadaga will make some comments on something else. Thank you very much. Thank you for giving me this slot.